Today, Joburg TV is at Wanderers Stadium for the 16th Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture. This lecture will be delivered by former United States President Barack Obama under the theme Renewing the Mandela Legacy and Promoting Active Citizenship in a Changing World. Amongst the VIP guests, we can expect King Moswati III, Mokgweetsi Masisi from Botswana, and of course, former United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan.
Somewhere born to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us lead and strive for freedom in South Africa.
Good afternoon. This is a very exciting moment for us, and I would like to welcome you to the 16th Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture. It fills us with pride to then have you all here. We have managed, for the first time in the history of the Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture, to have 15,000 people sitting in this stadium.
Barack Obama describes as more than a man, but as being a symbol of the struggle for justice, equality, and dignity in South Africa and all across the globe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Dumelang, Sanbonani, Molweni, Absheni, Dimasiari, Goeiemiddag. Thank you very much. It is indeed a real pleasure to be here for me to present President Barack Obama. South Africans, and indeed many other people around the world, are truly humbled and privileged to be participating in this celebration of the centenary of Nelson Mandela, the father of our democracy, and Mama Albertina Sisulu throughout the whole year. I'm sure that many of us who are gathered here will join me in saying that attending this Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture in the year of Nelson Mandela Centenary is indeed a huge and a very rare privilege. But more importantly, it is because President Obama agreed to come that many of us are here today. In him, President Barack Obama, we found an ally, we found a friend, we found a kindred spirit, and we found a brother. It therefore gives me great pleasure to invite President Barack Obama to deliver the 16th Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture. I thank you.
Thank you. Number one, I was not exactly invited to be here. I was ordered in a very nice way to be here by Rasha Michelle. Confession number 2. I forgot my geography and the fact that right now it's winter in South Africa. I didn't bring a coat, and this morning I had to send somebody out to the mall because I am wearing long johns. The previous structures of privilege and power and injustice and exploitation never completely went away. They were never fully dislodged. Caste differences still impact the life chances of people in the Indian subcontinent. Ethnic and religious differences still determine who gets opportunity from Central Europe to the Gulf. It is a plain fact that racial discrimination still exists in both the United States and South Africa. And it is also a fact that the accumulated disadvantages of years of institutionalized oppression have created yawning disparities in income and in wealth and in education and in health, in personal safety, and access to credit. Women and girls around the world continue to be blocked from positions of power and authority. They continue to be prevented from getting a basic education. They are disproportionately victimized by violence and abuse. They're still paid less than men for doing the same work. That's still happening. We should heed the words of Robert Kennedy, who spoke here in South Africa. He said, "Our answer is the world's hope. It is to rely on youth. It's to rely on the spirit of the young." So young people who are in the audience, who are listening, my message to you is simple. Keep believing. Keep marching. Keep building. Keep raising your voice. Every generation has the opportunity to remake the world. Mandela said, "Young people are capable, when aroused, of bringing down the towers of oppression and raising the banners of freedom." Now's a good time to be aroused. Now's a good time to be fired up. And for those of us who care about the legacy that we honor here today, about equality and dignity and democracy and solidarity and kindness, those of us who remain young at heart, if not in body, we have an obligation to help our youth succeed. Madiba reminds us that no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart. Love comes more naturally to the human heart. Let's remember that truth. Let's see it as our North Star. Let's be joyful in our struggle to make that truth manifest here on earth, so that 100 years from now, future generations will look back and say, they kept the march going. That's why we live under new banners of freedom. Thank you very much, South Africa. Thank you.
Such a powerful event has taken place right here at Wanderers Stadium. An amazing lecture by former United States President Barack Obama telling us that we should remain humble and continue the fight of equality. From me, Uhlopsile Monta, and the Joburg TV team, Aluta Continua.